Panzer Brick Labs provides great prices on amazing military printed pieces, minifigures, and most importantly, vehicles. So add some spice to your build and check out the link in the description below.
Hi, I'm Adrian Samuel, and this is my MOC TIE Fighter. I'm just calling TIE Fighter launch. And basically what's going on is I'm really interested in like motion and Star Wars, so I tried to integrate the two and kind of have a TIE Fighter taking off as well as a speeder moving through the front battle scene. Originally it was supposed to be like Darrow, kind of built into a cliffside, but I just couldn't get TK troopers, so now it's just like a rebel battle against some Imperials.
Alright, well, if we move over here, there's of course the main part of the MOC, which is the TIE Fighter moving up and down. Can you tell us like how the engineering worked behind all of that?
Yeah, so as far as the up and down mechanism, it's basically just a series of pulleys that there's a single motor down there. It's all controlled by Lego Mindstorms, and when the motor reels in the like fishing line, it pulls the series of pulleys up. So it's just a telescoping mechanism that just pulls the TIE Fighter up, and there's a color sensor at the bottom that tells me when the whole thing is collapsed, and it knows when to stop the motor that way.
Alright, and then moving this way, we got the speeder over here. How does this work?
So the speeder is a combination of both Lego Mindstorms and Arduino. The bulk of the motion, as far as like going back and forth and turning, is done with the Lego Mindstorms Robot Inventor Kit. It uses two motors to make it go back and forth and one to turn. And then there's a little wobble animation that's going on. That's done with an Arduino and a little motion control platform that I designed for it, just to give it a little bit more natural motion than Lego would allow.
Alright, well obviously with all these mechanisms, there's obviously going to be some problems here and there. What were some problems you faced while building this?
The biggest problem was probably this cart actually caused a major issue. The original plan was to have this go all the way around the MOC. That's why there's a little trench all the way around. But I was gonna make it fully Arduino, and I just couldn't finish the code and just like getting it to integrate well with the MOC using like color to know where it is. But another issue with there was some issues with the lift as far as the mechanism goes, because Lego just with fishing line is not super reliable. A lot of things did like break and a few like explosions just because of the fishing line over tightening. So yeah, there was a lot of trial and error in both mechanisms.
Alright, moving over here in the rock work, I see you have some pretty nice rock work. How did you manage to make that?
Most of that is actually just there's some nixle joints to get the angles, like as far as the angled piece that's going across there in order to get it in two directions angled. There's also just like a lot of that was just like throwing down bricks and kind of figuring out what would make it look best, and it's mainly hinges, nixle, and then some brick built like structure behind it.
Alright, well thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see more from you mechanized stuff in future conventions.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.